Another week, another movie show. You're very welcome. Roe McDermot will be with us in a few minutes to talk Adam Sandler's latest Jack and Jill. We'll have the top 5 movies at the US box office, and as ever, a spectacular trailer of the week.
I gotta pick Jill up at 4 in the morning.
She comes once a year and she's leaving on Sunday.
But during the holidays,
Jack, no fighting this year.
there's no escaping it when it's your sister.
How we doing?
Your twin sister.
Are you going bald?
And joining us once again on the movie show in the entertainment.ie offices is hot press film critic Roe McDermot. Roe, always a pleasure to have you here.
No worries.
I'm kind of just saying that because we're on camera, but we'll argue later.
Yeah. Okay.
We're not going to argue about this. Adam Sandler's latest movie, Jack and Jill, he seems to churn these out every year and they seem to make an awful lot of money. This one hasn't done as well as they thought it was going to do. Is there a reason for that?
Yeah, this could be the most meaningful film of our generation. If you're wondering if there's a God, good will ever triumph over evil, if there's anything worth living for in the world, no, there's not. This film got made and it's just made me lose all faith in humanity. Genuinely have.
Good God, we got very deep there. So how do you
did,
really
didn't
feel,
we?
Ro? Did you like it? Did you think it was funny?
It's not even so bad, it's funny. I mean, there's genuinely nothing to enjoy about this film. I was just sitting there the whole time going, how did this get made? And why is Al Pacino doing this? I think we need to have an intervention and just sit him down and go, Al, what's going on? You were Scarface, do you remember that? You have an Oscar and stuff.
When he's coming over for the Jameson Dublin Film Festival in a few weeks, we can have a sit down and be like, Al, come on, what were you thinking? You're in Heat, for Christ's sake, come on.
No.
I like Adam Sandler though. I've interviewed him a few times and I've always found him to be very charming and genuine guy.
He usually is.
He's a very genuine guy and I think that comes across in some of his performances. Like Funny People, he was great.
Yeah.
He was great in Punch Drunk Love. But when he does movies like that, they don't seem to make any money. But then this one hasn't made any money. Do you think this could be a hit rock bottom?
I think at this stage, yeah, like audiences are too smart for this kind of stuff. It's a kind of a mix of, yes.
Some audiences are and some audiences aren't. This is why so many of the movies have made so much money before.
It's a mix of like The Nutty Professor and Mrs. Doubtfire, but in the worst possible way. It's, you know, Adam Sandler plays himself and, you know, his twin sister, who's him in a bag wig, and apparently Al Pacino finds this really attractive. And there's also
that's the gag. That's the joke.
That's the entire plot. And there's also this ironic thing where Al Pacino doesn't want to sell out and do a Dunkin' Donuts commercial because that would be demeaning.
That's the whole point.
But coming on to Adam Sandler, that's fine. It's really embarrassing for everyone involved, and everyone involved also includes Johnny Depp and Shaquille O'Neal.
That's basically a cameo, though, isn't it? And Shaquille O'Neal, I mean. Come on, he's not an actor, but Johnny Depp is something else. And in fairness, now, Johnny Depp hasn't been the wisest choose of material over the past few years, so it's not like he's a beacon for quality at this point.
But if it's a film where you know, a high quality comedic scene involves Adam Sandler talking to his twin sister who's on the toilet, I think that's a low point. That's even worse than Run Diary, and I didn't like that film.
That's a fair point. What would you give it out of 5?
Minus stars.
Minus?
Genuinely. There's nothing to enjoy here at all. I think it's really embarrassing for everyone involved. And it's also PG, and I don't think it should be. I mean, some of the humour is quite crude, so I wouldn't take kids to see it. And please just don't take your kids anyway.
Kids don't like crude.
Think of the children.
Well, thank you so much for coming in. We'll see you next Thursday.
No worries.
Jack and Jill.
Do you and Daddy have twin powers?
Some twins can feel when the other one's hurt.
I didn't feel it. A little harder.
No, Jill, stop it. He's kidding.
What? Oh!
Hear that, Daddy?
I actually did feel something there. Pride in my son.
Now, Sacha Baron Cohen's stock really rose after the success of Bruno and Bora in Hollywood. He's re-teamed with that movie's director, Larry Charles, for his latest comedy, The Dictator, and it is our trailer of the week.
Boy mingling, England, meddling in the Netherlands, checking in daily under aliases.
Ah, America, the birthplace of AIDS.
Admiral General, welcome to New York City. And while you're here, I highly recommend a visit to the Empire State Building before you or one of your cousins takes it down.
1, young, 2, you, 1, 2, 3, Malawa!
Megan, you were worth every penny. I trust everything is in there as your manager requested.
What's this, a ruby? Is that a joke? What am I, a Kardashian?
No, of course not. You're much less hairy.
We don't stop.
Now it's time to see what movies we can look forward to in the coming weeks and months. It's the top 5 movies at the US box office. At number 5 is a new opening. The Sam Worthington star Man on Ledge coins just over $8 million. At number 4 in its second week of release is Red Tails with $10.3 million. It's now coined just over $33.7 million. The Katherine Heigl star is a new opening at number 3, One for the Money. It takes $11.5 million over the weekend.
Pushed to number 2 in its second week is Underworld Awakening with a further $12.3 million. It's now taken a stellar $44.9 million. And the number 1 movie at the US box office is the Liam Neeson starrer, The Grey. It takes just under $20 million to top the box office for the weekend.
Thanks so much for tuning in to the movie show. Myself and Roe McDermot will be back with you next Thursday when we'll be taking a look at the Muppets. Now we have a competition and it's a very easy question as ever. If you can tell us the movie that Adam Sandler, the star of Jack and Jill we were just talking about, starred in with Jack Nicholson, you could be in with a chance to win some cinema passes. Just email the answer to the question and your details to competitions@entertainment.ie. We'll see you again next Thursday, folks, and thanks so much for tuning in.